Welcome back, everybody, to Donkey Kong 64, up to 14 hours and 28 minutes on our file, and as you can see, we got 101%, but there is a little thing we need to take care of, and that thing is, this thing that, crashed at the end of the last video. This place has it all. It's got a boxing ring, for God's sake. I believe this thing is called Micro Buffer. It's a microphone Michael Buffer, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of the game. We bring you 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship of DK Isles. Brought to you this evening by Rare and Nintendo in association with Rool Enterprises. Introducing the Kong family versus King Crusher K-Rool. I kinda wish instead of K-Rool Enterprises it was Krem Croc Industries, just as a nice callback, but eh. And then the microphone gets squashed. But he gets better, don't worry about it. Judges at ringside are non-existent, and your timekeepers tonight will act in a fair and unbiased manner. Heh. I highly doubt this. Weighing in at a solid 800 pounds, I give you the Prime Primate, Donkey Kong versus King K-Rool, and now we get to start one of the most iconic boss fights in video game history. So this is round one. I'm just kind of hanging out on this turnbuckle here. There's a reason for this. I'm gonna hop up as the cannon spawns. And when K-Rool just kind of mugs for the fans, that's your chance to hit him. I'm pretty good at speed running this part of the fight. It's just knowing how many of those little 1-2 punches he's gonna throw out before he becomes vulnerable. On this third one, it becomes 3, and he's vulnerable for a very short period of time before going back and doing an additional 5 and doing a longer mugging for the crowd. But in speed running, you do it in 3. And this one, it's 7 before a very short mugging to the ground. You have a very short time window to get that in, so it's better to anticipate it. I think my time remaining was 2:21 there, which actually is a pretty optimal time. And now, making his way into the ring, it's the champ of chimps. It's Diddy Kong! Alright, time for round deuce here. So now we've got K-Rool throwing boxing gloves. Because why not? And we're gonna need to make use of the jet barrel, whilst trying not to get hit by the boxing gloves. The not getting hit by the boxing gloves part is much more difficult in the air than it is on the ground. You kind of have to constantly keep moving about. And you gotta shoot these targets that are on the spotlights. And it's not easy. And the last thing you want to do is land. You want to prioritize not having to land at all over your safety or anything. So, you'll see me pull way too low a couple of times. I'm actually using K-Rool himself to damage boost me back up, because it will just throw my momentum back up into the air for some reason. So yeah, you shoot the targets whilst you're on your jet barrel, rocket barrel pack thing. Remember, don't land. Otherwise, you have to get back in the barrel, and it's incredibly annoying. But once you get all 4 spotlights on him, he is down once again. And he gets saved by the bell once again. And talk about fair and unbiased. He boasts the longest reach currently in the world today. Introducing Lanky Kong. All right, round 3 up here. So, K. Rool is completely blinded by having a spotlight over his head. But he can hear you. This is going to be important. So now with the long arms of Lanky Kong, you gotta hit these buttons here, which will make platforms rise up that have barrels on them. And they're kind of annoying to pick up. And once you pick up a barrel, these music pads will appear. So you take this barrel, throw it wherever, kind of doesn't matter where. And you get on one of the music pads, and when you use your music on one of the music pads, K. Rool will come running straight for you. The barrels, as you see, have those comedy banana peels. So you'll want to get in a spot and play your music instrument thing when the banana peel is between you and K. Rool. And that's how you get through this phase of the fight. Now the little switches that you use to bring up these barrels, they do have numbers on them, but the order kind of doesn't matter. It's just they have numbers on them to throw you off. So that's 2. And now you're gonna see I mess things up a little bit here. Because, it can be kind of tricky to pick up the barrels in the first place. Because you're kind of reaching through ring ropes, and grabbing detection kind of doesn't even know what the hell sometimes. Now this fourth hit is going to take forever. I'm going to disclose that now. And, it's because I either can't pick up the barrel good, or I put the banana peel in a poor position. Because once you use your music pads with an effective banana peel slip, they go away. So you do eventually have to use all 4 corners. Now note the time limit at the bottom. You get 3 minutes per round. If you run out of time during the round, you actually move on to the next round with the same Kong. So it goes on to round 4, round 5, etc. I think round 12 is the actual limit, but I don't honestly know. If you run out of time in a round, you actually have to essentially start the round all over. Damage to K. Rool does not carry over. However, damage to you will carry over. So, and if you die at any point in this entire fight, you have to do the whole thing over again. So, keep yourself alive. And here I was kind of panicking because I was like, oh shit, I only have 20 seconds left, but we managed to do it. So we have 3 of our Kongs down. Yes, we get it. We get it, you're crooked. So before the next round starts, we get to see this crazy thing of these critters trying desperately to get this damn spotlight off of K. Rool's head. And oh god, it works, but at what cost? Alright, we're back in the fight. Hailing all the way from DK Isles, it's the girl with the whirl. It's Tiny Kong. Alright, now for round 4. Round 4 will probably be the round that actually takes the longest on any given playthrough. Just for the reason of Tiny's gimmick for this fight. So, you get a mini monkey barrel. And we go inside the hole in his shoe. And we gotta avoid the toes as they attack, I guess. I don't know, but, one thing I didn't pick up on immediately is you actually have, it's automatically you have your weapon out when you enter the shoe. That's something I did not pick up on for the longest time. So all you really have to do is just shoot if you know you're going to hit the toe, or when the toe is up, just hammer C up. And each time you, or each phase of this, the toe will take an extra hit to complete the phase. So this time the toe will take 2 hits. And next time the toe will take 3 hits, and so on and so forth. You gotta make use of that ponytail twirl to get over these shockwaves. Pretty sure there's no other way to do it, I guess, other than maybe a well-timed backflip. I don't even. I would just go more with the ponytail twirl, to be honest, because it's like the best move in the game. Alright, so from here on out, I kind of don't even know what the fuck. So, I took no damage in the first 2 phases, so I'm just kind of like, eh. I'll just take all the damage I want, really. There's 2. And that's 3. And the last one, predictably, will require 4 hits, and that will end this particular phase of the fight. So we just gotta avoid all these butt stomps. And of course the opportunity is being provided because doing his butt stomps so much it begins to hurt. He's butthurt over us kicking his ass. You know, now that I mention that, we'll save that for when it's more appropriate for that. So yes, this toe takes 4 hits to defeat, and I very nearly missed. If I could stop taking really stupid damage, I could actually hit this toe a 4th time. Okay, seriously now? Let's not die here. Because like I said, dying makes you restart the entire fight. Alright, so now Rool is down for round 4. This time, they both hit the thing and the bell flies off. That's great. Tipping the scales at a mighty 2,000 pounds, he's the hard-hitting Lanky Kong. Alright. It's the last member of the DK crew. So, Rool starts going all, Reptile from Mortal Kombat. He's going fucking invisible for this. So, ground pound the switch, which will activate Gorilla Gon pads. Gorilla Gon pads to reveal a hunky chunky barrel. Gotta get in the hunky chunky barrel without getting damaged in the process. And now you have to time a primate punch. Basically, you want to do it slightly before K-Rool reaches you. If you do it as K-Rool reaches you, he will just uppercut you and deal damage to you. I think you might see that at some point during this phase of the fight. I don't remember how well I did this. What I do know is I'm doing pretty well at avoiding him in the non-hunky chunky state, and I mean that as sarcasm. Oh, that was close. Alright, so that's 2. And once again, it's going to take 4 of those primate punches. And the third one will change things up a bit, as you'll see in a moment. He's still going to be visible here, but now he's not. And he actually got to me, so that's what happens if you don't use your primate punch in time. He just does a big ol' uppercut, which deals damage, and you have to do all this shit all over again. Isn't that fun? Ow. Alright, let's try this again, but with more success stories. Alright, that's 3 hits. One more, and once again, this last hit will also change things up. You'll see once we become hunky chunky. Oops. Doing long jumps is what happens when that and backflip are on the same thing. So he starts to juke and jive, like go left and right all over the place, which actually kind of makes this easier to time. And that's it. That's the last bit of gameplay. King K. Rool is defeated. We think. Nope. He's still got one eye open while Chunky is just mugging to the crowd. Wait a second. I have one word for this. Really? That's really all I have to say on the current situation here. Just one word. Really? Well, K-Rool is distracted over there. It allows the opportunity for Funky Kong to save the day with a big boot. Next, I expect a goddamn leg drop. No, he's just actually gonna kick his ass, literally. So it's not really any of the playable Kongs that have the last laugh with K-Rool. It's Candy and Funky, which is kind of cheap, but whatever. And now the ending, the credits, and because we got 101%, the secret ending will play out. So I guess I'll give my final thoughts on this project here. This took a lot less videos to complete than I initially thought it was going to. I was figuring this would be closer to 45 or perhaps 50 videos, so 36 is well below those expectations. But, I suppose that's good. Overall, the game can get very aggravating at points, trying to go for 101%. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of words to describe this gem, and I am running out of commentary. So perhaps I should just shut up and let you enjoy the ending and the credits and the secret ending. I'll join y'all in a few minutes.
Next. 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 Next.
And without any further fanfare, you are booted back out to the title screen to listen to the DK rap again, but we already saw that at the start of the playthrough. So, next time on this playthrough, there is a no next time for the main portion of the playthrough, but there will be one bonus video. And won't that be fun? Just showing off a bit of the extras. And one last thing, we gotta check our time. 14 hours and 47 minutes. Not bad, I guess. Anyway, that's it for the main playthrough. See you for the small bonus video.